The 2012 season of anime has been running for quite some time, and I did say that I was going to do some first impressions of the new shows. I just haven't gotten around to it because I've just been busy with school and other stuff that I've been more interested in. I can't exactly say I haven't had time for doing it, I just haven't wanted to do it. I mean, I have to be in the mood more or less, and usually I'm not. So anyways, I'm going to get around to telling you guys about Black Rock Shooter. What is there to really say about this series? A lot of people don't seem to like it due to the fact that it's confusing. However, I wouldn't say it's any less confusing than some other shows that air these days. The story of Black Rock Shooter is a fairly simple one. You have characters who are in two different worlds who are essentially living out separate lives. They are the same people as they are in the regular Earth that you see them in normally. Mato is the parallel of Black Rock Shooter. Yomi is the parallel of the Dead Master, who oddly enough reminds me of Homura from Madoka. These two characters appeared in the original OVA movie, which was also kind of confusing, but you find out that the movie has interlaced some parts of what's happening at the end. The true ending of the OVA was really the beginning of the scenes involving Black Rock Shooter. Why they chose to put it together like that, I have no idea. I admit there is something very cryptic about Black Rock Shooter, and yet, at the same time, it fascinates me. It's kind of hard to really put my finger on why I even began to like it in the first place. But we're not here to talk about the OVA. The TV series has aired 3 episodes at the point of this recording that I'm doing, and the 3rd episode will be available sometime on Friday for viewing in the US and Canada with English subtitles on Nico Nico Doga's Japanese website. The episodes are only available for a week, so you've probably missed out on the first 2 episodes legally, which is one of the reasons this kind of bothers me, that they're doing it this way, and not letting people watch all the older episodes. Unless I'm missing something, which is entirely possible. The series, I suppose you could say, is your standard fare for anime story. Some schoolgirls having to deal with these problems encountered through friendship. While it sounds boring and a lot of shows take this aspect of how important friendship is, the show presents itself in such a way that it gives you some ideas, and then you have to infer the rest of them while watching it. It also keeps you interested in knowing what happened to the characters or what's going to happen to them. In Black Rock Shooter, the TV series, Mato meets Yomi one day after the orientation from the school's principal. Mato and Yomi end up being in the same class, and she wants to get to know her better. Later on, she finds out that they both share a similar interest in a book series that involves some bird and colors. Yeah, it hasn't really gotten into a whole lot of detail as to what it is or what it symbolizes yet. Yomi tells Mato that there is a special edition of the book, and Mato would like to see it. They go back to Yomi's place, and Yomi has another visitor show up after Mato sees the book. Kagari, a girl who is in a wheelchair and is fairly rude to Yomi, and for a really in my opinion, stupid reason. I'm trying not to spoil a whole lot here. Yomi tells Mato that they can't be friends because she has to take care of Kagari, and Mato doesn't understand why. Kagari decides to be a jerk and starts telling Mato to just go home already, but decides to do it in the very nice way of saying, "I'm not saying it to you, my doll is." At this rate, Kagari is starting to remind me of Rebecca from Yu-Gi-Oh! So Mato runs home and texts Yomi, who eventually gets back to her saying, "I'm sorry." Mato invites Yomi to a festival with her, which is where episode 2 begins. Yomi never shows up, and Mato eventually receives a text later when she gets home with another "I'm sorry" from Yomi. Mato decides to see what's up and goes to see Yomi again. Yomi is stopped by Kagari, who threatens to fall down the stairs in her wheelchair if she goes to the door and lets Mato in. Kagari, being the overly nice girl she is, gets up out of her wheelchair and falls down the stairs. We find out why Kagari is badgering Yomi into doing this stuff for her, and Mato tells Yomi to just forget her because Yomi shouldn't have to put up with this kind of stuff, and should be able to live her life the way she pleases. Meanwhile, Blackrock Shooter is fighting another version of Kagari in her world. Blackrock Shooter looks a little different than she did in the original OVA. The TV series gave her a different look, and I actually like this look a lot better than the original look and the OVA look, so props to them for that. The series is only going to be 8 episodes long, and I look forward to seeing more of it. A lot of people find the series confusing, and I honestly can say that it's a little off-putting, but for whatever reason, I just keep wanting to see more of it. The show was made by Noitamina, which is animation backwards, who worked on other series such as Bunny Drop. Their animation is very pleasing to the eyes, and the world of Blackrock Shooter is in also looks very nice, the way they are portraying it. The human world also looks great, and the animation is fluid and smooth. Noitamina usually does a good job with their anime, so I can't say I didn't expect the show to look great. Although this particular show isn't using their usual watercolor style, that makes it look a lot different than usual animation we see from other studios, though it looks very good. The music is also very nice to hear, especially the show's opening theme, which is a remix of the original song by Supercell, which was inspired by the drawing on Pixiv. The music really helps the atmosphere of the show. Overall, the show reminds me of all things Dream Eater Mary, but done in a way that makes it more interesting and isn't laced with bullcrap anime cliches, specifically of the shonen genre. It also has some hints of Madoka and the cryptic storytelling. It's a series that's hard to recommend, however, I just like it. It's hard to explain why I like it, but honestly, I just think this kind of storytelling only makes the story more interesting because you want to find out more. Madoka has a similar style to it, not as cryptic as Blackrock Shooter, but there are a lot of things that you had to watch the entire series to find out what was going on, and every bit of it just kept me wanting more. So, I think you should experience it for yourself, if you want to see if you like it or not. Kaire, 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 kaire.